disappointed in the Republicans, and they then vote for Democrats again.
Well, whatever the situation is going to be, Luke,
and I just hope there can be peace.
Well, yeah, we always hope for peace, but something tells me we're not going to get much compromise on the Democrat side. Anyway, along with that idea, some of the notions that are gathering fear is that, first of all, is anything going to get done in the White House and in the House and Senate? Because even though the Republicans may have the majority in the House, the Democrats still have a large enough amount in the Senate. Now, also, that on the good side, that could prevent any maybe like incomplete or bad pieces of legislation on the Democrats or Obama's side from actually getting through as well. So there's both positive and negatives there. However, the fear is, though the Republicans apparently need to possibly gain some sort of support, and they're also, one of their goals right now is to see if they can make Obama a one-term president in order to actually be able to succeed in certain areas and possibly repeal health care reform as it is right now. The problem is that all their actions and everything may end up also costing them the White House in this next year's election. It seems to be clear now that, I guess, people were saying that Obama wasn't planning on running for a second election, but it seems as if, I think there was a recent statement recently that he may have, or someone said that he actually is. Is that correct, Luke?
Yeah, they think that he's going to really run for his second term because he says that he feels as if he can't complete his work in a one term.
Well, I don't know. That's probably true. But he's already done enough damage the way it is, and no one really realizes it because, well, the whole package has not kicked in just yet. And actually, that was, as I've told you, I think about a month ago maybe, I think the reason that they allowed some of the benefits to kick in early is in order to convince people not to repeal the package because the rest of it starts kicking in, I believe, around 2014.
Yeah, we're really going to go deeper on that discussion maybe next time we talk on Blog Talk Radio. And we're going to really discuss the problems of the health care bill and tell how bad it could be to our economy and workers, and how bad it will be for average day citizens in America.
Now, I would like to emphasize again that if anybody wants to call in right now, talk about anything, suggest anything, whatever, the number is 1-323-580-5652. That's 1-323-580-5652. So yeah, we've got 10 minutes left here on the show. We would have gone an hour, but we found out recently that we signed up apparently too late to get the full 60 minutes, so we can only do, I guess, 30-minute shows from here on out. But
yeah,
we will see about somehow figuring out how to fix that if possible. Anyway, so if anybody wants to call in within these last 10 minutes, we severely appreciate it. So the number is 1-323-580-5652. Anyway, so along with that whole notion, we are hoping to definitely define terms here because any of you who may be listening to this either live or will be listening to the recording later, the reason that we want to get into some of these details is because I don't think society, or at least the majority of society, doesn't realize how important the language of all this is, because if people let just like language rot and not realize what it is politicians and the people who support certain things are saying themselves, if they just let that deteriorate, then eventually people are going to come across the idea that everything we know and believe in society is just based upon words. And the fact of the matter is it's not. There is a reality out there. There's reality that we live every day. And to just dismiss it as being language alone would, first of all, be irresponsible, and, well, it's going to be destruction to the society itself. Now, so basically, you have to understand where these words come from and how they've evolved in order to understand what it is you actually are saying. Because people think they know what they're saying, but you may not actually realize it. Anyway.
Also, we are going to do, around when some elections start, we're going to do truth tests, kind of like you see on the news about the politicians, so you can get the truth. We're going to find out what is misquoted, mistaken from conservatives, and what is mistaken even from liberals and any other politician, so that you may know what you are voting for and really who they are, and if you would really want a person like that in office.
Exactly. Wow. I thought for certain we were going to have at least one person call in today, but or two. But
we still have 7 minutes.
Yeah, we do still have 7 minutes. If anyone just wants to say hi, perhaps, you can still call in at 1-323-580-5652. We are certain that this is broadcasting, right?
Pretty certain.
Okay.
It is our first time on this radio show, so we hope it works.
Yes. We went through a lot of details to get this on the air, so. So, again, the number is 1-323-580-5652. Now, perhaps maybe we should talk about how things went closer to home, or maybe like the whole thing itself. I don't know.
It was a really stressful election for many of us. Just watching those numbers really closely. And there were some very close elections in our nation this year.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Alaska's still being counted.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'm going to have to check that. But also, in Colorado, it was a really close debate. They were not sure where that one was going for a while.
Yeah, very, very close debate.
I believe their senators running, it was Michael Bennet and Ken Buck. Michael Bennet was the Democrat, right?
Yes.
Yes. Michael Bennet, he won by 1% of the vote, I believe. And so I don't recall if the other side had just conceded eventually or if they did complete the count of the votes. Either way, Michael Bennet was the winner there, the Democrat. I think Colorado went Democrat on most of its elections, including governor.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting.
But it was amazingly close.
Yes, we haven't gotten, probably in Colorado, that close in a while. And we haven't, in Alaska, I don't think the Republicans have lost in a short while that long.
We'll have to get you on that if you don't already know.
Anyway, please, somebody call in. Anyway, the number is 1-323-580-5652. That's 1-323-580-5652. So yeah.
Our time is almost up here.
We got 5 minutes remaining. I don't think we have a chat going. Yeah, no comments posted. Okay. Anyway, so, yeah.
So, I guess to say, whatever time zone you are in, have a good day.
Yes. And, so this has been Rediscovering America for its first episode, its pilot episode. Not too shabby. And thank you for tuning in. We are a conservative talk show, part of the conservative youth movement, and yes, there are plenty of conservative youth out there. There might be a reason for that.
Well, this has been Lucas Kaninsky.
And this has been Trevor Johnson speaking to you live from Rediscovering America on Blog Talk Radio. Please, if you get the chance, visit our friend Whitfield at Whitfield Nation on Blog Talk Radio, and we hope to be back on soon and maybe actually get some callers this time. So, yeah. All right, so thanks again. This has been Rediscovering America on Blog Talk Radio, and we're signing off. So you stand for truth, justice, and freedom. And trust me, that is the American way.
Thank you, and have a great day.